listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. So I was waiting for the heater to turn off so I could record without background noise and realized the dishwasher's on. So I guess it's going to be a background noise kind of episode because we can't wait for that to finish. You know, when inspiration hits, you got to roll with it. And man, do I have some thoughts. Okay, so I've got a couple of guy friends who know that I'm not in a relationship sort of mood right now. And they're respectful of that. But one of them in particular is using a law of attraction approach to the time that he spends with me. Basically, he's treating me like we're partners, like we're in it together, like we're a couple. He's not waiting for me to give the green light to go for it. He's all in, and he's behaving accordingly. Okay, I have a lot of respect about that kind of approach to use with a law of attraction coach. Makes me smile. He's doing stuff like he's fixing stuff around the house, and he's hanging out with my dogs. He's supporting me in my work. He helped me pick out drafts from the designer who sent covers for the new ebook. He's cooking up a fabulous storm of food while I work. Oh my gosh, this guy is such an amazing cook. And he's also a great guy. It's super easy to root for him. And like I said, I have a lot of respect for a guy who has this approach with me. Anyway, one day, he said something along the lines of how he hopes this all pays off. He hopes it pays off. Okay, those might not have been his exact words, but it was something like he hopes he's not just investing in a black hole, like giving and giving and giving only to get nothing in the end. I wish you could see my eyebrows right now. Get nothing in the end? How is that even possible? You got to pet my dog. You got to hang out with me. You got to make dinner for someone who will probably appreciate it more than anyone you'll ever meet. My cat slept on your lap. I have attitude, don't I? I'll try and tone it down. We had enjoyable conversations together. So much for toning it down. We watched stars together on my deck. We sat by the fire and ate my mom's lasagna. We went to the lake together. How, for the love of God, could you think you get nothing out of this? How could someone possibly be waiting for the payoff? This is the payoff. We're in it right now. At least that's the way I saw it. It's clearly not how he saw it. Here's what I told him. I told him the story. You know how I love to tell a story. I told him the story about what I say to coaches who ask how to know when it's time to quit. Like they're trying and nothing's working. So how do you know when it's time to throw in the towel? And I like to say, if you can quit, you should. You should quit right now if you can. If you can walk away from this gig, you should. And you should go do the thing that you can't walk away from, the thing you'd never dream of quitting because you love it so much. Go do that thing. If this isn't it, quit now. I know that might sound extreme because even I don't think I would have followed that advice myself when I was building my coaching practice because I got to make money. If I'm not making money doing it, I got to do something else that does. I was not independently wealthy, although that would have been a cool belief to change, huh? I actually registered 2 businesses after I quit my corporate job. Maybe right before I quit my corporate job. I think I did that on a lunch hour one day. I registered 2 businesses. One was a coaching practice, and the other one was dog's best friend. I was going to walk dogs if this coaching thing didn't work. I actually kind of thought I might build them up at the same time. I did not expect, I don't know, is that true? I didn't expect coaching to, anyway, coaching happened pretty quickly. It took off fast. So there was never anything, I never did anything with my dog walking business other than come up with a name for it. But here's what I wouldn't have quit. I would never have quit conscious creation. I couldn't quit talking about it with others. I tried quitting because it was costing me friends left and right to talk about this stuff that they thought was crazy. Back then, it was crazy to a lot of people. In a lot of circles, it probably still is. But it didn't matter. I couldn't stop talking about it. I was so lit up by it. It's all I could talk about. Anytime someone would say something like, how do I get rid of this acne? Or how could I get a bigger paycheck? Or what am I going to do about these noisy neighbors? Anything they talked about, I just looked at everything. Once I learned about it, I could not stop looking at everything from a law of attraction perspective. Like, look at the energy. Notice what you're vibrating. Realize how that's blocking the very thing that you want. Figure out what your goal, what your end result does feel like, and find ways to feel that way now, and then let inspiration take you there. I could not stop talking about that. Coaching was mostly just a convenient vehicle to deliver what I was so passionate about. But if coaching didn't work, I'd have done this. I'd have found a way to honor this passion for conscious creation one way or another. And that's what I said to this guy. I said, look, if cooking dinner for us isn't enough for you, if you aren't doing it for the joy of it, you should stop now and figure out what is joyful enough in and of itself that you don't require a payoff in order to consider it worth your time. And here's the thing, you guys. I think that's good advice for all of us on all things. Because unhappy journeys don't have happy endings. I've heard people quote me on that. That's not me. That's Abraham Hicks. I feel compelled to attribute it to Abraham Hicks every time because some people think that's mine. It's not mine. Abraham Hicks. Unhappy journeys don't have happy endings. That means it's essential that we do what brings us joy. It's a law of attraction thing. And I know some of us have reasons that I'm not even going to say we. I'm not saying we. I'm not owning this for my own self. I've learned. So I'm going to have to say you. Some of you have reasons you think you can't follow your joy right now. Like you got to go to work, or you got to give the kids a bath, or you got to do something that isn't your highest joy, but there's a reason you have to. You can't opt out of it. I think that's worth questioning. But look, without even going to those places, there are some times when you can do what brings you joy. And when you just start doing that in the small spaces of your life, here or there, wherever you can, guess what? It has a way of growing. It will spill over into other areas too. I hope you don't take my word for this. I hope you put it into practice because I'm already smiling at the thought of what happens in your life, what you will experience when you just start choosing joy in little ways wherever you can, right here and now. Because those opportunities to choose more joy, they will grow. And as you keep saying yes to that, as you keep choosing that, you will see your dream life unfold before your very eyes. It is so cool how it works. But in the meantime, I hope a certain someone discovers the joy that is right here and now instead of thinking it comes after there are rings on fingers or something ridiculous like that. Because if it's not good now, it won't be good then. This is it, you guys. This is all we've got right here and now. And if this isn't fun, we should all go do what is. That's a good manifesting practice. That's what alignment is all about. We're not doing this in order to get that. We're doing this because it's our favorite thing. It's what brings us our highest joy. Or the most relief if you're far away from joy. At least do what gives you relief. But we do it because it feels better now. Even if it's a visualization of your dream come true or repeating an affirmation for the reality that you're choosing. We do that because it feels good when we do. Not to make something happen, but because we enjoy it. And if it doesn't feel good when you're doing it, then go do something else because it's not working. If it's not enjoyable in and of itself, it is not serving you. I hope I didn't get too preachy. I do feel strongly about this, though. It's an easy point to miss. Took me a while to pick up on it. But I'm getting better. I'm getting way, way, way better. I'm removing obstacles left and right that would otherwise make a person think they can't do what they want. Getting past those, it's a beautiful thing. You might think your life will fall apart. If you do, it's the opposite. If you believe it will, then it will, because those beliefs are pretty strong things. So just do it where you can, and it will expand from there. I wonder if you have any idea how much I love talking conscious creation with you all. I suspect after this episode, you do. I'm sending big love your way. Happy manifesting, everyone.